Hey there, folks. Ever dropped a quarter and thought, man, it's just 25 cents? Well, let me tell you something that might make you check under every couch cushion in the house from now on. Because one of those so called regular quarters, yep, a 2020 Salt River Bay quarter, could be worth more than a Ferrari. You heard that right. One single quarter, minted in Denver, is now worth up to $1.5 million. Now, before you throw your wallet at the screen or start calling your grandkids to raid their piggy banks, stick with me. We're going deep into the story behind this coin. We're talking what makes it rare, how you might spot one, and why a simple piece of metal could change your entire financial future. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let me tell you the story of how a little change can make a huge change in your life. Let's start with the basics. The Salt River Bay Quarter was part of the America the Beautiful series, which the U.S. Mint launched to honor national parks and historical sites across the United States. The Salt River Bay National Historical Park and Ecological Preserve, located in the U.S. Virgin Islands, got its spotlight on this coin in 2020. Now, most of these quarters are just regular. They're floating around in pockets, car cup holders, and probably in that mystery drawer in your kitchen. But what we're interested in today is the Denver minted version, the 2020D, that's worth, wait for it, $1.5 million. Yeah. That's right. $1.5 million. That's more than some people's houses. More than most college degrees. Heck, more than what I've spent on coffee in the last decade. And I drink a lot of coffee. It's all about the error and the conditions. See, in coin collecting, it's not just about how old a coin is. It's about things like minting mistakes, limited releases, and near-perfect conditions. Think of it like baseball cards. You might have a dozen of the same player, but the one with the signature, misprint, or perfect corners? That's the jackpot. In the case of the 2020 Salt River Bay Quarter, the $1 million versions are known to have certain die breaks, off-center strikes, or double dies. Combine that with a pristine, uncirculated condition, what collectors call MS68 or higher, and you've got a coin that collectors would sell their car to get. In fact, the coin that hit the $1 million mark had a clear double die on the tree branches in the design, which gave it an almost ghostly, surreal look. That uniqueness, paired with its flawless condition, made the value skyrocket like a squirrel on espresso. Now let's talk about the real reason you're watching. How can you tell if you've got one of these $1 million quarters? First, flip it over and check for the D-mint mark. It should be on the obverse side, that's coin speak for the front, to the right of Washington's ponytail. If it's got a P, S, or no mint mark at all, it's not the $1 million kind we're talking about. Second, look at the design. The reverse side shows a red mangrove tree sprouting from the water, a tribute to the ecological significance of the Salt River Bay Park. Now look closely at those branches. If they appear doubled, shadowed, or off-centered, that might be your golden ticket. A third, check the condition. If it looks like it just came out of a mint vending machine, no scratches, wear, or fingerprints, then it could be what collectors call mint state. And here's a pro tip. Grab a jeweler's loupe or a coin magnifier. You can get them cheap online. That's what the pros use to check for double dies or tiny errors that might turn 25 cents into 25 Teslas. Let me tell you a quick personal story. A couple years ago, I was cleaning out my dad's old tool shed. He was the kind of guy who never threw anything away, receipts from the 80s, rusted nails, broken lawnmower parts. In one of the drawers, I found a dusty tin can. You guessed it, full of old coins. And now, I'm not saying I found $1 million quarter. But I did find a 1970s small date penny that turned out to be worth a few grand. It paid for a whole new fridge and part of the kitchen remodel. And let me tell you, that was the moment I became a coin guy. Since then, I've been digging through change jars, flea markets, and garage sales. And guess what? I came across not one but two 2020 Salt River Bay quarters. One was in great condition, and the other had a small die crack. I haven't hit the $1 million jackpot yet, but I'm telling you, it's out there. Anyone, yes, even you watching from your couch in your socks, can find one. First, don't just toss it back in your coin jar. Use a soft glove, place it in a coin flip or capsule, and keep it away from moisture and air. Get it graded. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can verify its condition and authenticity. This step is crucial. A verified grade can multiply your coin's value by 10 or more. Now you've got options. You can go to auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbowers. or listed through high-end numismatic dealers. eBay is risky unless you've built trust and feedback. Be cautious. Where there's money, there are scams. Don't fall for buyers offering to appraise it if you mail it to them. Use trusted, certified services only. Here's something deeper. Finding $1 million quarter isn't just luck. It's about awareness. How many of us toss coins in a drawer, never bothering to check? How many people might have given away a fortune without even realizing it? Coins are a reminder that value can hide in the simplest things: in your pocket, in your glove box, even under your car seat. Collecting and selling coins isn't just a hobby. It's a side hustle, a passion, a way to build wealth one penny or quarter at a time, and hey, it's a whole lot more fun than scrolling through TV channels. Alright, friends. We've taken quite the journey, from the mangrove trees of the Salt River Bay to the treasure hiding in your change jar. That 2020 Salt River Bay quarter may look ordinary, but if you've got the right version, you could be sitting on $1.5 million. So go ahead, check your pockets, look through that old coin collection, or ask Grandma if she's still got that box of coins from the 80s. You never know what you might find. If you learned something new or had a laugh or two, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. I've got tons more videos coming your way about coins that could put serious money in your wallet. Quarters, pennies, nickels, you name it. We're unlocking the secrets of small change with big value. You ever find a quarter in your car seat and think, hey, gas station snack money? Well, imagine if that quarter could buy you a yacht instead. Yeah, you heard me right. A regular-looking Washington quarter. Not gold, not platinum, just your everyday change. But one little 1983 quarter is now worth a jaw-dropping $1.6 million. That's not a typo. That's $1.6 million. In today's video, we're diving into the wild world of the 1983 Washington quarter dollar coin. What makes it worth more than most homes? How to spot one in your own collection. And why your junk drawer might just be your secret retirement fund. So buckle up. By the end of this video, you'll never look at your spare change the same way again. The story behind the coin. Let's set the scene. It's 1983. Ronald Reagan is president. Michael Jackson's Billie Jean is lighting up the charts. And the US Mint is busy churning out billions of coins like usual. But that year, something changed. The Mint didn't release uncirculated coin sets in 1982 or 1983. That's right, no mint sets. So the only way to get a 1983 coin back then was out of circulation. And if you know coins, you know that circulated coins get scratched, beat up, and worn down fast. That means high-grade 1983 coins, especially the quarters from Philadelphia, the ones with the little P mint mark, are super hard to find in great condition. Let me break it down real simple. Rarity plus demand equals value. First, it's the condition. Finding a 1983 quarter in mint state condition, especially graded MS65 or higher, is like finding a needle in a haystack. Second, there's a legendary version of this coin with a dramatic error. A reverse die from 1984 was mistakenly used on a 1983 obverse. Yep, a mix-up at the mint turned this coin into the holy grail for collectors. Third, the coin's got history. It tells a story of a time when the mint cut corners, didn't issue sets, and made collecting a little harder. All of that plays into the rarity and the crazy price tag. If your 1983 quarter is scratched up, it's worth 25 cents, maybe slightly more if someone's desperate. But if it's in pristine condition, think no scratches, strong luster, sharp strike, we're talking thousands. Now here's the kicker. One specimen graded MS67 by PCGS sold for over $1,000. But the top quality ones, the ultra-rare flawless coins, can go as high as $1.6 million at private sales or elite auctions. Alright, now the fun part. Go grab your change jar. Look for these things. Look for a little P right under the word "In God We Trust." Full reading with no damage. Some have a reverse die that matches 1984's design. That's a major jackpot. If it shines like it just left the mint and Washington's ponytail is razor sharp, you might be holding a treasure. That's where grading services like PCGS and NGC come in. They're the gold standard when it comes to authentication and valuation. A few years ago, I was helping my uncle clean out his garage. We found a rusted coffee can full of coins, just sitting there like it was leftover from a Y2K stash. He was gonna toss it, thinking it was junk, but being the coin nerd I am, I said hold up. I started digging through it. Nickels, dimes, pennies, nothing special. Then I found a quarter. Looked new, shiny even. 1983, P mint mark. I thought, no way, I sent it off to PCGS, came back MS66. Didn't hit the million mark, but sold it for $4,000. $4,000. From a rusted coffee can, he took his wife to the Bahamas with that money. So yeah, treasure hides in the weirdest places. Now before you go quitting your job and digging through couch cushions, here are a few things to keep in mind. Not every 1983 P quarter is valuable. Most are worth face value. Clean coins lose value. Don't polish them like grandma's silver. Authenticate before you list. A reputable grading can turn a good coin into a great payday. Other rare 1983 coins, by the way. This isn't the only coin from 1983 that collectors are hunting. The 1983 D quarter from Denver is also pretty scarce in high grades. There's a 1983 P and 1983 D Roosevelt dime pair that's also valuable. Even the Lincoln cents from that year are worth a second look. Coin collecting is like treasure hunting. The deeper you go, the more surprises you find in market trends and recent sales. Let's look at some actual numbers. A PCGS MS67 1983 P quarter sold for over $7,000. An ultra-rare die variety sold privately for over $250,000, and top collectors are now paying up to $1.6 million for the best of the best example. This is not a hype train. These are real dollars being spent by serious collectors and investors. Because rare coins are finite. And the demand is growing. That pocket change you keep tossing on your dresser? It could be your ticket to a six-figure payday. Or more. The 1983 P Washington quarter is proof that sometimes, the smallest things hold the biggest surprises. You don't need gold bars, Bitcoin, or a business degree to build wealth. Sometimes, all it takes is knowing what to look for. So start checking your change. Go through your coin jars. Open the drawer full of junk you've been ignoring since 1997, and if you find a 1983 P quarter in killer condition, get it graded. It could change your life. Before you go, hit that subscribe button if you love finding money in unexpected places. If you want more tips on coins worth serious cash, and if you're chasing the dream of living better with what you already have, this channel is for you. Share this video with your uncle who saves every coin. Like it if you learn something new. Comment below if you've got a coin story of your own. Hey there, coin hunters and change checkers. Let me hit you with a jaw-dropping fact right off the bat. One specific 2008 D Hawaii state quarter, yep, just a regular-looking 25-cent piece you might have in your pocket right now, is currently valued at $1.7 million. That's right. $1.70 shy of $2 million for a quarter. And now before you run off flipping over your laundry quarters, sit tight. Because in this video, we're diving deep into the story, value, history, and reasons why this particular quarter is worth more than most luxury cars. I'll even tell you a little personal story about how I almost spent a rare coin on a vending machine burrito. Spoiler alert, it haunts me to this day. So buckle up, subscribe if you're into making serious money from pocket change, and let's go island hopping to Hawaii. The coin version, the Hawaii quarter, was the last coin released in the legendary 50-state quarters program by the U.S. Mint. It dropped in 2008 and honored Hawaii joining the Union as the 50th state. Beautiful. You've got King Kamehameha the Great stretching his hand out toward the 8 Hawaiian islands. The motto on the coin says Ue Maukuie o Kaina I Kapono, which translates to the life of the land is perpetuated in righteousness. The mint mark we're focusing on is the D, which stands for Denver. These were minted out west, and while millions were made, only a select few turned out to be what collectors call the Holy Grail. And that's where things get interesting. This 2008 D Hawaii quarter isn't just valuable because it's old or shiny. Nope. It's rare because of a combination of key factors. It has a mint error. A striking misalignment, double die obverse, or a unique die break can turn an ordinary coin into a millionaire's dream. Condition. This specific quarter is in MS68 plus condition, which means it's almost perfect. Flawless surface, sharp details, no scratches. It's like the coin was born yesterday. Provenance. It's been graded and authenticated by a top-tier grading service, and it made headlines in the coin community. That kind of recognition adds big bucks to a coin's worth. So when you put together ultra-rare minting mistake, pristine quality, and historical value, suddenly that quarter you thought was worth 25 cents turns into a small fortune. Well, not super high, I won't lie to you. But they do exist. There are maybe a handful known to exist in MS68 condition with an error. The exact number is unclear, but serious collectors and grading services track every certified coin like it's a celebrity. However, there are other 2008 Hawaii quarters worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If yours has a visible error or is in perfect condition, you might be looking at a big payday, and yes, that means it's worth digging through your change jar tonight. Now here's where it gets personal. A few years ago, I was road tripping across the Southwest. Hot day, empty stomach, vending machine in sight. I pull out some change and pop in a quarter. Just before something about it catches my eye, the edges were razor sharp, the shine was blinding, and I swear King Kamehameha was looking right at me. I stopped. Pulled it back out. Took a picture. Later, I had it checked, turned out to be a 2008 Hawaii quarter in MS67 condition. Not worth $1.7 million, but still valued at a few thousand. Imagine if I'd fed that to a vending machine for a stale ham sandwich. So yeah, check your change. Even if you're hangry, check the mint mark, it must have a D under the year 2008. Use a magnifying glass. Look for doubled images, extra lines, or cracks. No scratches, dings, or worn out areas. If it looks brand new, that's a good sign. Use coin databases and auction results to compare what you've got. If you think your coin has potential, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. It's worth it. A top-graded 2008 Hawaii quarter with a rare die error sold in a private auction for over $1.5 million. Since then, coin value experts believe its current market value is hovering around $1.7 million due to rising demand, rarity, and the coin's unique place in the state quarter program. It's not just about metal, it's about story, scarcity, and collector frenzy. If you're lucky enough to have one and want to sell, hit up major auction houses, heritage coin sellers, or connect with serious collectors. Don't sell it on some yard sale table for 50 cents, this is cool and all, but I've never collected coins. Well, my friend, today's the day to start. Go through your change. Ask your relatives. Visit yard sales. Coin collecting isn't just a nerdy hobby, it's a potential goldmine. You don't need to be an expert. You just need curiosity, a good eye, and a little patience. Start with quarters. Especially those from the 1999 to 2008 state quarter program. Then look at pennies, nickels, dimes. You never know which ordinary coin might be hiding an extraordinary value. 1 2008 Hawaii quarter, a coin you could find in a couch cushion, is worth $1.7 million today. It's rare. It's beautiful. It's a historical masterpiece. And it might be sitting in your kitchen drawer right now. Start checking. Start collecting. And start learning how to turn your change into cash. If this video got you curious or excited about coin collecting, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so you never miss out on tips, stories, and strategies for making money with coins. We've got plenty more coming, from pennies worth more than cars to nickels that can pay off your mortgage. Leave a comment if you've got a rare coin story, or if you want help identifying a coin in your stash. Thanks for watching. Keep checking your pockets. And remember, in the world of coins, one quarter really can change everything. Hey folks, have you ever had one of those days where you drop some spare change on the floor, chase it under the couch, and find a quarter that looks just a little bit different? Well, next time that happens, don't just toss it back in the jar. That dirty little coin might be your ticket to $1 million lifestyle. No, seriously, today, we're diving deep into one of the most shocking stories in the coin collecting world, the 2018 Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore Quarter. Believe it or not, one of these babies recently sold for a jaw-dropping $1.8 million. Yeah, that's 6 zeros and a comma. And the best part? It was hiding in plain sight. We're going to break it all down: what this coin is, why it's so valuable, the features you need to look for, and how you might just have a fortune sitting in your coin jar. Oh, and I've got a personal story that involves a gas station, an old shoebox, and a quarter that nearly changed my life. You're not gonna want to miss it. Let's get started. In 2018, the United States Mint released a beautiful quarter as part of its America the Beautiful series. This one featured Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore in Michigan. If you've never been there, imagine soaring cliffs, majestic forests, and water so blue it makes your bottled water jealous. The design on the back of this quarter shows Chapel Rock and a lone white pine. It's simple, peaceful, and, as it turns out, potentially worth more than your car. The one minted in Denver with the D Mint mark is what we're focusing on today. Millions were made. But, just like in every good treasure hunt, there's always that one that stands out. Great question. And here's where it gets juicy. Point one of the most famous $1,000,000 pictured rocks quarters had a dramatic strike-through error. That's when debris or grease gets between the die and the planchet during minting, messing up the design in all the right ways. Instead of being a flaw, it becomes a collector's dream. If your quarter is in pristine, mint condition, and I mean not a scratch, not a fingerprint, it could be graded MS68 or higher by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. That's museum-level quality. And collectors will pay serious cash for it. Only one known coin has the exact combo of error, high grade, and sharp strike. That one sold for $1.8 million in a private auction. Imagine the guy who got that in his change after buying a hot dog. This is where your inner treasure hunter comes out. Grab your coin jars, folks, the D mint mark on the front of the coin, to the right of Washington's ponytail. If there's no letter, that's a Philly coin. We want the Denver one. Think missing or faded parts of the image, especially around Chapel Rock. If it looks like it just came out of a mint roll, you're golden. If you think you have a gem, send it in to be graded. PCGS and NGC are the big names, and their slabs can add major credibility to your coin's value. Let me tell you about a mistake I made once. I had a 2018 D quarter that looked a little off. There was a strange shadowing around Chapel Rock. I figured it was dirty. I actually used it to scrape ice off my windshield one morning. Years later, I saw a photo of that same error online, and my heart sank into my boots. Could have been $1 million. Now it's probably in a vending machine somewhere, selling stale gum.so. Yes, check those quarters. And treat every strange-looking one like it's holding your retirement. Get it graded. Don't even try to sell it raw unless you want to get lowballed. A graded coin shows proof of authenticity and condition. Auction or private sale. Heritage auctions, Stacksbowers, and even eBay for verified sellers can bring serious eyes. But if a private collector hears about it? Boom, you might get an offer like that $1.8 million deal. Protect it. Get it in a holder. Keep it cool and dry. You don't want it scratched or spotted. That can knock tens of thousands off the value. Seriously, this is not a pocket coin. This is a safe deposit box coin. Now, let me tell you something personal. I was at a gas station in Montana, of all places. I bought a coffee and the clerk handed me back 3 quarters. One of them had this almost ghostly fade around the edges of the design. I stared at it for a second and thought, huh, weird. Pictured rocks? Never seen that before. I put it in the cup holder of my truck and forgot about it. Months later, I watched a video like this one, talking about rare state quarters. I ran to the truck, dug around, and there it was. Dusty, scratched, and sadly, not the $1 million one. But man, the adrenaline. That feeling of what if. That moment taught me something. Every coin has a story. And if you're paying attention, one of them might just rewrite yours. So there you have it. The 2018 D pictured rocks quarter. A beautiful piece of American scenery. A tiny disc of metal. And maybe, just maybe, a financial game changer. Could there be another one out there worth millions? Absolutely. That's the thrill of collecting. These aren't just coins. They're history, art, mystery, and opportunity all in the palm of your hand. And now, if you found this video helpful, if you learned something new, or if you're already eyeing that change jar on your dresser, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Give the video a like. And share it with someone who still thinks coins are just for parking meters. We're diving into more $1 million coins in the next videos, with real strategies on how to spot, grade, and sell them. So stay tuned. You don't want to miss the next coin that could change your life. Hey folks, listen up, because what I'm about to tell you might just change the way you look at the spare change in your pocket forever. You know that feeling when you reach into your couch cushions and pull out a quarter you forgot about? Well, imagine doing that and finding out it's worth over $1.9 million. Yeah, I'm not kidding. One coin, a 2015 Kisatchie state quarter minted in Philadelphia, is currently sitting at a jaw-dropping market value of $1.9 million. It looks just like any other quarter you've ever used to buy a soda or feed a parking meter. Today we're diving deep into what makes the 2015 Kisatchie quarter so insanely valuable, how to know if you have one of these hidden treasures and why. It might be time to check every single coin jar in your house. By the end of this video you'll have everything you need to spot $1 million quarter and maybe just maybe cash in on it, so buckle up, grab your magnifying glass and let's take a trip to Louisiana. Through your pocket change. Let's start with the story behind the design. The 2015 Kisatchie quarter is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. It honors Kisatchie National Forest located in the heart of Louisiana. Now Kisatchie is home to longleaf pines and wild turkeys, and if you look at the coin you'll see a wild turkey in mid-flight in front of those iconic trees. It's a pretty sharp design, and let me tell you, it looks even better when it's worth nearly $2 million. But here's the deal, the coin itself wasn't rare when it first came out. Millions were minted just like that forgettable movie everyone watched once on Netflix then never talked about again. But one specific 2015 Kisatchie quarter came out with something very different, and that's what changed everything. So what gives? Why is this one little quarter making headlines in the coin collecting world? It's all about a specific kind of error and condition. The most valuable known 2015 Kisatchie quarter has a combination of features that's basically like winning the numismatic lottery. First, it has what's called a double die obverse. That means the front of the coin where George Washington's face is looks like it was stamped twice, creating a shadow-like effect around the lettering and design. Second, this specific coin is graded as MS69 by PCGS, that's Mint State 69 folks, just 1 point away from perfection. To put it in perspective, that's like finding a 69 Camaro in mint condition that's only been driven to church on Sundays. And to top it off, the luster on this particular quarter is flawless, like someone froze time the moment it came off the press. It's crisp clean and practically glows under light. That combo is what makes it worth $1.9 million today. A couple of years ago I was at my Uncle Ray's house. Now Ray's one of those guys who saves every coin he's ever touched. We're talking jars upon jars of quarters, dimes, nickels, you name it. So I start picking through his stash just for fun, and what do I find? A 2015 Kisatchie quarter. Now my heart skipped a beat. I'm sweating thinking I've just found the golden ticket. I whip out my phone, turn on the flashlight and start looking for that double die feature. My wife's in the kitchen yelling, "What are you doing with that jar?" Sadly it wasn't the $1 million version, but you better believe I check every single quarter I see now, because folks, you never know when lightning's gonna strike. So now you're probably wondering, how can you check your quarter for this $1 million magic? Step 1, look for the P mint mark just to the right of Washington's ponytail. If there's a D or no mark at all, sorry, that's not the one. Step 2, use a magnifying glass to check for any doubling on the words United States of America or In God We Trust. This is where the double die will be most noticeable. Step 3, check the condition. If your quarter's been living in the bottom of your toolbox, it's probably not a high-grade specimen, but if it looks brand new with sharp detail and no scratches, it might be worth getting graded. Step 4, if you think you've got something special, send it off to PCGS or NGC. These are the two big grading companies. They'll tell you exactly what you've got, and that small investment could turn into a serious payday. If this is your first dive into the world of coin collecting, let me tell you, this isn't just a hobby, it's a treasure hunt. Always check your change, especially from banks, parking meters, or cash-heavy businesses. Buy a cheap magnifier. You don't need NASA equipment, just something to help you catch those tiny details. Look for coins in uncirculated condition. The shinier and cleaner the better. And hang around online collector forums. There's a whole community of people sharing discoveries and insights. You'd be surprised how much info is out there. And lastly, be patient. This isn't about overnight success, it's about keeping your eyes open and knowing what to look for. One little quarter. The 2015 Kisatchie State quarter can be worth up to $1.9 million if it checks the right boxes. Mint mark P check, double die obverse check, perfect mint state condition check. Now maybe you've got one in your collection right now, or maybe it's hiding in that old coffee tin on top of the fridge. Either way, now you know what to look for, and the next time someone tells you a quarter isn't worth much, you can just smile and say, "Not always, my friend." Here's the bottom line: there is real money hiding in plain sight, and with just a little knowledge and effort you could be the next person cashing in big on one of these hidden treasures. If you enjoyed this video and you want more tips on valuable coins, how to spot hidden errors and strategies to turn pocket change into profit, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Ring that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode. And hey, if you've got a Kisatchie quarter or any coin you think might be rare, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your story, and who knows, maybe you're already holding a fortune. Thanks for watching, and remember, the next time you hear that clink of a coin hitting the counter, listen closely. That might be the sound of your future fortune.